English Junior, unknown speed. Mr. Chairman, sir, I am very sorry. I could not speak to you last Sunday. Many things were on my mind which I had thought of discussing with you. But even at that very time, the government was moving towards a larger decision which touches on all these other problems about which I had wanted to speak. Let me be frank with you. The decision to devalue the ruby was not an easy one. It was taken after the most anxious and searching consideration. How much easier it would have been to have awaited decision. There are times in the history of every nation when its will is tested and its future depends on its capacity for resolute action and bold decision. This is such a time in India. We are probably passing through the most difficult and crucial period since the very first year of independence. When I assumed my present office some months ago, I was not aware of the tremendous difficulties ahead of the great effort and sacrifices which would be needed to steer through hot, lean months of scarcity and to get the economy moving forward again. Let this be understood. We have not failed, and only the timid will say that we cannot succeed. We have carried the process of development to a stage where we are in a position to register substantially larger gains. There is a dynamic potential which we must use. Devaluation, however, is not a magic cure. It does after an intermediate corrective to some of the distortions which had crept into the economy. The increasing disparity between Indian and international prices was one such element. The price line must, of course, be held if the gains of devaluation are not to be neutralized. There must also be a whole series of other supporting action along a broad front. Immediately, however, I am deeply conscious of the fact that prices have been rising and have risen still further in the past few days. There is little justification for any price increase in respect of items in which there is no import content. Antisocial practices will be dealt with family under the Essential Commodities Act. Government will not hesitate to take additional legislative powers if necessary. I do appeal to all citizens as consumers and as producers to resist any unwarranted price increases. I have already received assurances from a number of responsible manufacturers that they will maintain the price of their products Letter dated 25th September 1978 from the President, Fertilizer Consumers Association, West Main Street, Tanjavur, to the Secretary to the Government of Tamil Nadu, Department of Agriculture, Fort St. George, Madras 9. Dear Sir, we experience short supply of fertilizers in the district, especially during the second crop season. The cooperative societies express their inability to help us in the matter. Whenever we inquire, they say that manufacturers are not in a position to send the supplies to them. Moreover, the small farmers are not able to get their required quantity of fertilizers on credit, as the big landlords are in a position to make on the spot payment. There are instances where surplus quantity is available with big landlords. Small farmers have to pay excess money to get fertilizers. This society is formed to cater to the needs of small farmers whose holdings do not exceed 5 acres, and majority of our members belong to the scheduled caste and backward community. Yours truly.